Welcome back, guys, to another ILWPOD video. Today, I will be giving you my top 10 superstars of WWE this year. And, of course, it is my opinion. This is not no statistics, facts, or anything. If you agree, take it up in the comments. If you disagree, also take it up in the comments. And we are going to jump right into it. Number 10, it is the phenomenal AJ Styles. And I think that he's had a pretty good year thus far. All right, I've liked the matches he's had. Him and Cena had a banger at Crown Jewel. And he had a great feud with Dominic Mysterio. All those IC Championship matches were bangers. I think he works really good with younger talent like Dominic Mysterio or his tag team partner Dragon Lee. He's had great matches. The tag team division work with him and Dragon Lee was very good. And the match that they just had on Raw with the Usos, where they did lose the tag titles, but it was one of my more favorite matches of the year. And I just think that when they do give him, I think they will give him a retirement tour for 2026, which I hope they do, and I hope he goes out on a good note, no stinkers, like John Cena kind of did at the early stages of his. I just hope that his final opponent's good and his final ride in the WWE, because this will be his final year. I just hope it's good. We are going to go to number 9. It is Logan Paul. Most people give hate to Logan Paul because of his outside life in WWE. But in the ring, I think he's found his home, especially when he's tried with boxing and all that stuff. I think him in the ring is great. He started not too long ago, just a couple years ago, and think about all the great matches he's had since he's been here. He really hasn't had that many bad matches. And he started out with The Miz and facing the Mysterios to all the way now working in the ring with John Cena. So if that doesn't show an improvement, and he's meant to be there, I think, and he's had such a great year, was starting out with AJ Styles at WrestleMania. That was a banger of a match. The Chamber and him being number 30 in the Rumble, and I think that he could possibly be a world champion or a mid-card champion, if that. In 2026, I see big things happening for him, and I'm so glad that he had that great match at Clash in Paris against John Cena. That was one of my favorite matches of his farewell tour and stuff, and I just see big things happening for Logan Paul. We're going to go to number 8. It is Javon Evans. I think that he's such a young star, and it's such an early stage in his career that bigger things, of course, are going to happen. He's already been on Raw and SmackDown, and he's faced good people this year. Him on NXT has been great. He has had such great matches. Him versus Gunther in the last time his now tournament was good. He's showing that he is going big places, and he's going far. And I love his cutter. The cutter's great. And he's the young OG, 6'7". We are going to go right into number 7, though. It is Obafemi. He has been such a dominant force in NXT with his NXT championship run. One of my favorite matches of his was him versus Moose. That was a great match. He is just... I think the size and how they present him as this monster is going to bring him so far in the WWE. He's a future world champion. Him versus Cody at the Cena's last match, Saturday Night's Main Event, was great. I think it ended weird, of course, with the Drew. But I think that Obafemi is a future world champion, and his stuff with the NXT championship was even good. Number 6, Stephanie Bakir. I think that her rise in WWE in 2025 was phenomenal. How she started out with facing Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. She had that, And those were great matches. And then it transitioned her into that evolution, that battle royal, to get her to that championship shot. And I think that her title run hasn't been bad. And then at Crown Jewel, she faced Tiffany Stratton, which was a great match. And she's going on the uphill. She just had that triple threat against Raquel and Nikki Bella on Raw, which I think was great. She had that match against Nikki Bella at War Games, and I see good things for her, and I see a good long title reign. And I think she probably will drop it against Naomi when she comes back from the pregnancy. So, but I just see bigger things for Stephanie in 2026. Number 5, Io Sky. She, ever since the year started, she faced Rhea on Raw, won the Women's World Championship, and then went to WrestleMania to retain, which was such a big moment for her. And that match alone carried night 2, mind you, all right, especially after the stinker we had in the main event. And I think that the women's division in 2025, in some places outshined the men's division with their matches. Evolution 2, that pay-per-view was a phenomenal. She had a contender for match of the year with Rhea on that show, and the cash-in with Naomi at the end. Even though her world championship reign wasn't the greatest, I think her matches with Stephanie Bakir the night after, mind you, WrestleMania was great. And I think her and Rhea with the Kabuki Warriors isn't that bad of a feud. I like seeing all 4 of those women compete in a ring. It's great. She puts on good matches every time she's in the ring. 4 is Seth Rollins. I think ever since the Royal Rumble, where he basically was in that little triple threat feud with CM Punk and Roman Reigns, where it set up the match for WrestleMania, was great. That triple threat was a banger. And his feud with CM Punk ever since the beginning of the year all the way up to where it has led now has been great. I think, and he's one of the reasons AJ Lee came back. That feud was phenomenal. And I think that once he comes back from this injury, he will, I think, go after that World Championship again, go after Braun Breaker, and the vision and that storyline will be great. Number 3, John Cena. I mean, the farewell tour had its up and downs nonetheless, and I think that the other half after SummerSlam was, of course, better than the first half of this farewell tour, but he's still he's most people's heroes. He's the reason what WWE is today, and I think that it wasn't a horrible year, because most people go out here and they talk bad about his last year. And yes, they might have not made the best decisions, but they still put on great things that we remember. And his final match, I cried. It's on live stream. You guys can go check that out. I cried, and he's everybody's hero, and there's no reason he doesn't deserve to be on this list. Number 2 is Braun Breaker. I think that Braun Breaker has, especially now what he is doing now with the Vision, how he kind of excommunicated Seth Rollins out of the group, and I think that he will be a world champion. Do I think he'll win it on next week's Raw against CM Punk? Probably not. But he is a future world champion, and I've always seen great things in him ever since he came to the WWE. Him in NXT was amazing. He's a dog, and I think that he will eventually become one of the faces of the company, all right? He has that Steiner blood in him. He's that dog, and I think that Braun Breaker has had one of the best years in WWE. He was one of the best this year. But we go to my number 1, which is the best in the world, CM Punk. Listen, he won a world championship, which he hasn't won in a long time. At SummerSlam, he put on one of the best matches of the year with Gunther at that show, mind you. And he has had such a crazy 2 years in wrestling, in the WWE. All right, 2024, he was had that great feud with Drew, all right? And this year, he's had that banger with Seth Rollins. Ever since the premiere episode of Netflix, on Raw on Netflix with Seth Rollins, and also them going to the steel cage, and them going on and on, them being in that triple threat for the Money in the Bank qualifier. And then this story has been crazy. He brought back his wife, AJ Lee, which we haven't seen in forever. He's created moments this year, and he's the current world champion, and I'm happy for him, and I expect great things out of him in 2026. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was my list. Of course, it was all opinion-based, like I said at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to give you a small rerun of my list. Number 10, AJ Styles. Number 9, Logan Paul. Number 8, Javon Evans. Number 7, Obafemi. Number 6, Stephanie Vakir. Number 5, Io Sky. Number 4, Seth Rollins. Number 3, John Cena. Number 2, Braun Breaker. And number 1, CM Punk. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the other list. Thank you and peace.